One. Hello
it.
and welcome to Are We There Yet with the News 6 Insiders, where we talk about all of the cool, fun, unique, and different things going on in Central Florida and now outside of Central Florida as well.
Yeah.
I'm Kara Muller, one of your hosts, alongside with Joey and Kaia, but we have
up, humans?
a surprise guest with us today.
Yeah.
You
So
guys?
Disney, we know Disney for the movies and the theme parks, but they are leaders in conservation. And so today our special guest is Dr. Zak.
Yes, hello, Dr. Zak. Welcome. Dare I say, one of the most important jobs someone can have right now is conservation.
Yes.
So you are the conservation director at Disney. So tell us what you do there, what that's all about.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you feel like it's the most. I feel like it's
Yes.
the most. It's certainly the most fun job.
Yeah.
And so my job is to look at Disney's impact wherever we operate and try to figure out, how can we minimize any environmental harm and really look for opportunities to have a positive impact on wildlife wherever we operate.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, tell us a little about specifically the sea turtle area of what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
it's nesting
Let's
season.
address the
It's
sea
nesting
turtle on the
season.
table.
I keep like side-eyeing. I'm like, should
The
we
turtle
talk
in the
about
room. Should we talk about the turtle in the room? It's
Yes.
barely in there. But yeah, so I feel so lucky because here in Central Florida, we are really close to some of the most important sea turtle nesting grounds on the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been working with sea turtles for many, many years, since the early 2000s. And we've been taking care of an area of beach, going out there, doing research, trying to count the number of hatchlings, keep track of the turtles, making sure that Disney Vero Beach Resort is safe and with all our lighting practices. And so it's a huge effort, and it's not just us. We're a part of a much bigger picture that's been going on for decades to try to help save sea turtles.
Yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
I'm curious. I mean, where is the sea turtle at in terms of, are they endangered? Are they threatened? For people who don't know.
There are 7 species of sea turtles, 3 of which nest frequently here in Florida. All of them have some level of protection, but the green sea turtle, since over the last several decades, as a lot of work has been going on to try to protect the turtles, the nesting numbers of green sea turtles have increased by about 60-fold. And just last year, they were removed from the IUCN Red List from endangered up to least concern. And that's really
That's
good
awesome.
news,
Yeah,
guys.
great
This
news.
That's incredible.
huge change.
Yeah.
Really indicates positive impact from conservation efforts.
And that's one of those things in conservation storytelling. I've noticed the trend is focusing on the good outcomes lately, right? I think people are just tired of being, it's all
Right.
bad, it's all bad, it's all
Another one is
bad.
going up, yeah.
Like there are good people doing good things, and it does help.
Yeah,
It
there
does
are
work.
good people doing good things. It does work. Not every day you get a win, but you got to embrace those positive stories. You got to keep the optimism alive because it does make a difference.
Yeah.
And it takes all the work, and it takes decades sometimes.
Yeah. So being one of those good people that are doing the things for conservation and the sea turtles and stuff, what does a conservation director like you do at Walt Disney World? What's like the little background story for your job and your role there?
Yeah, so it's evolved over time. So my background is in entomology, so I study insects, native bees mostly, and so I was hired, I started working with Disney in 2014 to launch some butterfly conservation efforts.
Oh, wow.
But
I love
the
that.
role has evolved over time, and now I lead a team of ologists. So we have herpetologists that study sea turtles, and we have a veterinarian and coral biologists. We have ornithologists who study purple martins, which I know you love.
Yes.
We have other entomologists.
for everything.
There's all
Yes.
sorts of ologists. If there's an ologist, we've got them. And so I lead the team of ologists and try to look
I love
holistically.
that.
That's awesome.
What can we be doing? Where does it make the most sense? How can we have the biggest impact? And Disney has this massive stage. How can we leverage that
Right.
to tell the story, keep it optimistic, and make people feel good about what they do and saving wildlife on the way?
I love that. I love that. The team of ologists. That's so
Yeah,
fun. I
that's
love
a
it.
good
I
thing.
love it. It's the new title for it. Now, what led you into wanting to do this? Like, what as a kid kind of drew you into, or as a teenager, or whenever you got into it, what drew you into this line of work?
Yeah, so I grew up in Utah, and out west we have these massive national parks all over the place. So every summer we would go camping, and we would get out in nature, and my dad and I would roll over logs and look for bugs, and it was just the coolest thing. And
Yeah.
my dad was a medical doctor, and one time I was a kid, and the news would always call him and say, hey, do you want to come talk about, maybe there's frostbite or hobo spiders are moving through, can you come talk
Cool.
about them? And he took me to the news studio. It looked a lot like this. He took me to a news studio one time, and I got to see him do it. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
I want to pair these things together. I want to save bugs. I want to save wildlife. And I want to tell people about it. and tried to make a career out of it.
That's
That's
incredible.
fantastic.
I love
How do
that.
you feel about that scene in The Lion King then when they're eating the bugs under the?
It's the circle of life. I feel great about
It
it.
is.
Yeah, what do
Oh my
bugs
God,
do?
that's so
Have you
funny.
eaten bugs? You've probably eaten
Eating
bugs.
bugs.
Yeah, eating
Yeah,
bugs.
yeah.
That's
What's
all
your
part of it.
favorite bug to eat? No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
God.
I'm
And
totally
then we'll eat it next episode, guys.
We might. We might.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my goodness.
That's just what I thought of when you said turning over logs with your dad. I was like, wait, the Lion King.
Immediately Lion
Yeah.
King
Yes.
comes to your head. I love it. It's very
When we
fitting
eat
right now.
lobsters, they're just bugs at the sea, basically.
See?
That's
I
what
told
I've
you.
heard.
Literally said that crawfish are the cockroaches of
There
the
you
sea.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
And
don't want that.
we love them. We'll pay money for them.
Literally.
Yep,
Terrestrial.
you know
Same thing.
what? It's a whole thing with that. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
right.
Well, let's circle back to the sea turtle thing. So we
Aw.
talked a little about sea turtle conservation and our little friend on the table.
We need to name this by the end of the episode. That is our goal, by the way.
Yeah,
This
if
is
anybody
our
has a good
friend.
idea,
Well,
let us know.
Jennifer Lopez is already taken.
Okay, wait. You have to give backstory
All right.
on that now and talk more about the Vero Beach thing happening this weekend.
Yes. So one of the turtles in the Tour de France I just looked up was named Jennifer Lopez,
It's
and
not
it's my
the Tour
favorite
de France.
thing
It's
ever.
Tour de Turtles.
Tour de Turtles.
I mean,
sorry.
without being remiss, though, the Tour de France is going on
Yes.
right now.
Inspired by?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
slower.
Similar logo.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So what is the Tour de Turtles then? And give us a little bit more information about that.
Yeah, the Tour de Turtles is so cool. It's our 19th year doing it with them.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I know. This has been happening almost 20 years.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
that's
this
incredible
program
for you
can vote
guys.
at this
Yeah.
point. It's wild. And so the purpose of Tour de Turtles
Oh, yeah, you
is
see it
to
right there.
Oh, yeah.
track and learn more about sea turtles. So most of what we know about sea turtles comes from work that is done on the beach, right? Counting their nests, counting their eggs. But the vast majority of a sea turtle's life is spent out in the ocean, and we just don't know as much about what they're doing out there. They can't even reproduce
Yeah.
until they're in their 20s, 30s, sometimes
Yeah.
40s.
Wait, that old?
Yeah. So what are they doing for 40
Young,
years out in the
Kara.
ocean?
How
Oh,
rude.
sorry, that young. Sorry,
young?
sorry.
Wow.
I mean, for us, I'm like, that is like,
Yeah.
we can't really do. I mean, we can, but I don't know. Anyways, but
And
that's
so
incredible.
We need
like,
to learn
oh,
what's
yeah, look at
happening
him.
to these
Aw.
oceans. So yeah, so you can see that satellite transmitter on their back. So what we do for this event is we go out the night before, and we wait until after a
Yeah, I
sea
love
turtle
that.
has laid its eggs, or her eggs, so she has a nest. As she's going back down into the water, we'll catch her and take care of her for the rest of the night. The next morning, right at sunrise, we clean off the shell. Remove any barnacles that are in there. We only find sea turtles that look really healthy, have a nice healthy shell, and then we'll use an adhesive to attach a satellite transmitter on there and let it dry. And we do a little, show on the runway and teach people about sea turtles and sea turtle conservation. If there are any hatchlings we can show them, we'll show them some hatchlings. And then once the epoxy dries, we do a big countdown, and the sea turtle goes down the runway. So everybody gets to see the sea turtle up close, learn about sea turtle biology and conservation
That's
by
awesome.
sea turtle biologists,
Yeah.
and see it go into the ocean. So it's really a way to learn more about their migration patterns and showcase it in a really fun way and get kids inspired.
That's incredible.
How long does that transmitter stay on the shell?
It will usually stay on for about a year. Sometimes it can stay on for a couple
That's a
of
good one,
years.
yeah.
It will eventually just harmlessly fall off. The batteries will last, about 8 months to a year as well, or
Oh, wow.
sometimes longer. And so the battery technology is getting better. But usually we hope that it stays on for 8 months to a year. Anything over that is kind of bonus time.
Cool.
But the Tour de Turtles, so that Sea Turtle Conservancy will do multiple events around the world, and then put them down into the water, and then turn on the race
Yeah.
Yeah.
the odometer all at once, and so they're racing against each other. Just for
I
fun.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You
It
can
makes
follow
it a little
along
bit
on
Just
that.
for
more.
a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to tourdeturtles.org, see where they're going.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really great.
That's
So
amazing.
fun.
I just downloaded their apps, so you
You
can
did?
track them,
Really?
the turtles. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you can log when you spot one. It's like a citizen science thing.
Oh, that's exciting. I love that.
So that's cool.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a break really fast because we have more to talk about with Tour de Turtles. So when we come back, you can get more details and more information. So we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Bye. Okay, welcome
Hello.
back. Yes, we are joined by Dr. Zak from Disney's Animal Conservation. Thank you for being here with us. So before we went to break, we were talking about the Tour de Turtles. Can you give us a little refresher on what that is?
Absolutely. It's a migration marathon. It's an event that we do with the Sea Turtle Conservancy, and we want to showcase sea turtle conservation and science, get people up close to research in action by real biologists, and inspire the next generation to save sea turtles, teach them how to do it.
So the sea turtles aren't biking anywhere.
They're swimming. They go so far.
Like?
It is wild.
How far have they gone?
They
Where
go,
do they go?
thousands of miles. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
and they go. Some of them go way out to sea. Some of them stay close. Some of them, go down around the Gulf and end up in the Gulf side of Florida. But it's absolutely incredible how far they'll swim.
What's been like one of the shocking locations you've seen? You were like, oh my god, I can't believe they've gone there.
So my wife is from Costa Rica, and so I've seen them go down by Costa Rica, and we're like, hey, look at that! You can just swim
gosh.
there.
Yeah, right.
We always fly. It turns out you can swim. Yeah.
So I don't understand. So they go all that way, but they still lay eggs on the same beach that they were born?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they will come back to the exact same beach where they hatched decades earlier, right? So they actually use the Earth's magnetic fields to navigate.
I was just about to ask, how do they
Yeah,
know?
I know, but it's wild. I mean, they're barely bigger than a ping pong
Yeah.
ball. They
Tiny.
disappear out to sea. They come back 3 decades later to the
Yeah.
same beach and lay
That's
eggs.
wild.
It's amazing.
That is
Nature is just so fascinating when you think about just stuff like this, and like they use the Earth's like we could never.
I know. How are they feeling that? I want to feel that.
I
That's
just asked
crazy.
to get here today.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like we just use
Literally.
so much different things, and then they're just out here like these beautiful creatures are just their intuition
So
and everything.
impressive.
It's just impressive. But
So what species are we talking about in Tour de
So this is a mostly loggerhead sea turtles, but so we try to focus on loggerheads. We'll use green sea turtles if we're not able to find a loggerhead sea turtle. But the 3 species of turtles that frequently lay eggs in Florida are loggerhead sea turtles, green sea turtles, and leatherbacks, which are the largest. sea
Was that
turtles.
the one in the
Huge.
video? That one was really
I
big.
wasn't paying attention. I think that was probably if it was huge, it was a green. Green are the biggest hardshell turtles.
Oh, okay.
And then the leatherbacks are absolutely massive, but they've got a soft shell.
how can you tell the difference between them? Like when you see one, like what is like that's a telltale that that's a
If
green.
you're here in Florida, you're most likely to see a green or a loggerhead.
Okay.
Loggerheads have massive heads. They look
Gotcha.
like bulldog heads, just comically
that.
oversized
Oh my gosh.
heads.
Yeah.
And they eat really hard stuff. So they eat like crabs, and they have really big jaws to be able to crunch their crunchy
gosh.
diet. Huge heads. So and then the green, and they're kind of reddish in color. Green sea turtles are green, and they're actually much bigger, but their heads are much smaller. So they have when you're looking at them side by side, the greens have just comically tiny heads compared to the loggerheads. And then the leatherbacks are much bigger, and they don't have the scales on the back like this, and they have
Right.
ridges.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go Google all the pictures now and be like, okay,
I
yes,
know,
I know
right?
this now. I
Yeah.
know this one.
So where are those most likely to be found? The leatherbacks.
They're pretty. They're all around.
Okay.
Throughout the Americas, you can find
Okay.
nests, but we only get a dozen or more nests per year.
Yeah.
Whereas, I think our record for loggerheads on the area that we monitor is like 1,600 loggerheads,
Yeah.
several hundred greens. We're already at almost 1,300 nests monitored this year so far.
Yeah.
For the loggerheads, it's
insane.
amazing. We've got 1,600 total that we've tracked so far just this year.
What information is being tracked?
Yeah, that's a good
specifically in
question.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different work that goes on. So with the beach work, we'll look at the crawl, and so you can tell what species of sea turtle is that's laid its
just by
eggs.
the tracks?
Just by the tracks,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So
Dang.
green sea turtles, they use their flippers like this, and I remember like this because it's an easy word, one word. You're like, green, 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 green.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
and then loggerheads, they go loggerhead, loggerhead, loggerhead. And so if
love
you
it.
see alternating tracks, it's a loggerhead. If it's parallel track, it's a green sea turtle.
Wait, that's so easy to remember.
Yeah, so
Love
easy.
That one
and if
is
it's
like, yeah.
the size of a Volkswagen, it's a leatherback.
Yeah.
That's a
I was just
leatherback.
about
Dude,
to
I
say
need to
more
like
fun
see one of these in
facts.
person
Yeah.
now. Like the way you're describing the
They
size
are
is like
dinosaurs. They're absolutely bonkers.
Wow.
Yeah, and there are organizations that will take you. You're probably not going to see a leatherback, only if you're real lucky.
Yeah.
But there are amazing organizations that will take you out. You can do a sea turtle night walk. You can see them up close. But so during nesting season, which is March 1st through Halloween, there's people on the beach every single day, and we'll look at the tracks. We'll see if there's actually eggs there. Mark the nest. You've probably seen those stakes out on the beach
Yep.
to try to keep them safe.
Yep.
After a period of time when those hatchlings would have emerged, then we'll do an inventory, count all of the eggs, so we can look at the clutch size, how many survived, so we can do population estimates and see how the turtles are doing. And that's what's going on the beach. And we've got other research that we incorporate into that work. And then tortoturtles is to try to learn about what they're doing the rest of the time that they're not actually laying eggs, because the vast majority of their life they're just out at sea, and you can't protect them if. Where do they spend their time? What are they eating? Where do they go? For this time. So that's why we got to learn about what they're doing in the water.
Do we have any information on what like the babies are doing? Because I always see the footage of them running down to the beach, but then
Which
you
is
never
so
really see
emotional,
them
by
in
the way.
water.
Oh,
Right.
You never see that footage.
Yeah. So there are in-water surveys that will try to go out and that's the only way that you can find the male. So all of the ones that we're tracking, when we put a satellite transmitter on there, it's only the females because we only do it after they've laid their eggs. So what's going on with all the males? It's a big mystery, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's way harder to find out. So there are in-water surveys. We'll go and you'll look for the hatchlings or the juveniles or the males or the females and try to learn about their populations, but it's much, much harder. So there's less data.
Just trying to find them, basically.
Yeah, we do know that sadly not, it's a hard life as a sea turtle hatchling. Right?
Yeah.
So, every one of those nests will have 100 plus eggs. The number of those that survive to being an adult sea turtle is low.
That's so sad.
I know you always see the videos of them like scurrying.
I know, and then
it's like, come on,
and
you
the
can
wave
do
hits
it.
them and they get knocked
know.
back.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the whole thing. What is like the biggest thing though you guys have learned from doing tortoturtles for 19, almost 20 years?
The biggest thing that I've learned, this is going to sound totally corny, is that
okay.
When you get people up close to see science in action, we've had, so this is our 19th tortoturtles that we've done, and so there have been kids that have been coming since they were toddlers, and then one year they show up and they've made their own little costume that matches ours, like an outfit, and now one of them is in graduate school, inspired to go into conservation.
That's
and
incredible.
so the most important thing, there's all of this biological research that's really meaningful and important.
Yeah.
The coolest, most impactful thing that I've seen is the inspiration we can have on people. And the big thing for me is that conservation, it's meaningful to everybody. And it's one of those things that you got to find a win-win for people and wildlife.
Yeah.
If you don't find that win-win, it's just wildlife loses, or it becomes, inconvenient, or funding runs out, or whatever. You got to find something that works for everybody.
Right.
And so bringing people along, having people inspired, that's what it's all about. So honestly, that's been what I've learned the most.
I love that. That's a beautiful answer.
That wasn't corny at all. I'm not
I know, that was truly like touching. I love it.
Literally.
So you guys, you have an event though coming up this weekend. Let's talk about that and just pub all the details for it and where people can find information, dates, times, all the things.
Absolutely. I would love to see everybody out there. Come see the event, because
Yeah.
it's absolutely spectacular. So it's Tortoturtles. It's an event that we run with the Sea Turtle Conservancy. But it's a public beach. You can park at Wabasso or somebody nearby and walk up to see the event. So at 7 a.m. is when we'll kind of start our activities, and that's where we do the preparation work of the turtle. I'll be there, and other herpetologists and members of the team will be there. There's education tables. There's a lot. It's really engaging.
Nice.
There's a runway, and so you can get up close. You can stake out your spot and sit there and listen to the show, answer trivia questions and whatnot. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And then our goal, it's whenever the adhesive dries, but whenever we're ready to go, and we get the countdown. We do the countdown, and the sea turtle's going to go back out into the ocean and swim off into the sea.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It sounds like such a fun. Yeah, it's right there on the screen for you guys.
Look
to
at
see.
There we go. That's what you'll see. Look at all those people.
There's
Isn't
so
that
many
fantastic?
people.
So that's the logger.
That's a logger. Look at the
Yeah, look
size
at
of the
that.
head.
Oh my
That's a
god.
big head.
See how they're kind of a little bit more reddish?
Yeah.
It's hard to see right now, but they're going alternating flipper
Yeah, you can
strokes,
kind of
right?
see on the other side.
Yep, exactly.
It is touching how many people come out to
Huge
watch
head.
her
Oh, yeah,
just
see?
go.
Yeah, look, there you can see it.
Go,
Loggerhead.
It's
Loggerhead.
Loggerhead.
There we go. Awesome.
Oh,
So cool.
The antenna's so funny though.
It
Yeah,
does.
and this year it was really cool. So we're
Little
using new antennas with the loggerheads, at least, they don't just transmit the location with the satellite tags. It gives us temperature, depth, time spent at different depths, so we can get a dive
All of
profile.
that stuff.
Yeah, so way more data. Really, really cool. It's amazing how the technology continues to advance.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Well, we are actually gearing up for another break, so we will continue to talk about sea turtles and Disney conservation and all of that fun stuff when we come back.
The only one who supplied a name.
Welcome back. We were just thinking about what names to name our little friend here on the table.
Comment what you want us to
Yeah,
name.
comment below.
Oh my gosh.
But it has to be clever.
Yes.
Garbage
Actually,
girl?
let's start off. Can you tell us a little bit about this and where it comes from
Yeah.
and like the purpose of our little friend over here?
Absolutely. Our little friend over here, I've got a name. I'll talk about it later. But so our little friend here is this amazing sculpture. This is a green sea turtle made by an amazing nonprofit out of Oregon called Washed Ashore. And this sculpture is completely made by debris that was retrieved from the ocean.
Wow.
And so if you look close, you'll see all sorts of things like, oh, there's a toothbrush, there's a flosser. I recognize that.
We've been doing that the whole time.
Right?
So you were like, oh my God,
Crop
there's
strap.
like a Lego or
It's
pen
kind of
cap and
mesmerizing
stuff.
to look at. If you
Yeah.
want to see it in real life, so we use this as an education display at Epcot at the Seas with Nemo and Friends to
detail
talk
is
about
also incredible.
sea turtles and conservation and also marine
Yeah.
debris. And so
Okay.
one of the biggest threats facing sea turtles is all of the pollution that ends up in the ocean
Right.
that they eat, because they'll sometimes mistake it for a jellyfish or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to try to put trash in its place, keep pollution out of the oceans. You'll be protecting wildlife and many other animals as well. But so this awesome sculpture just helps us tell that story.
Yeah, you can almost play like I Spy with it in a way with everybody when you have it, because it's like, oh yeah, there's like a pen cap or there's like,
Legos, it's Crocs.
yeah, all
No,
the
the more you
things.
look,
guys.
It really makes you wonder how some of these
Dinosaurs
things
on the
end up in
bottom.
our oceans.
Yeah.
So
It's like-
on top of like being careful with how you dispose of items and stuff, what is your like top 3 rules for being sea turtle friendly at the beach and in everyday life?
Yeah, so when you guys have been seeing the little videos of the hatchlings as they come up and they go out to the
Yeah.
ocean, right? That is a tricky time to be an animal, right?
Yes.
You're a teeny, tiny little guy and you got to make it out to the ocean. They navigate from where they come out by looking for the moon and the stars.
Right, that's right.
And so they're going to find the brightest lights and go towards it. So if we have a lot of lights on in hotels and houses, they're going to go the wrong way and they'll end up in a road or in a gutter. And so one of the big things we can do is turn off the lights at night,
Right.
try to minimize light out on the beaches, keep the beaches dark, and that way when the hatchlings come out, they know where to go. That's a really important one. Another one is, if you are digging sandcastles, which is fun, one of my favorite things to do with my kids, if you leave it up, the sea turtles can get stuck, right?
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah, 'cause
just
it's like
remember,
kind of blocking.
go have fun, dig around,
Right.
have a blast, and you make yourself into a mermaid, do all the beach things.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day,
Smash
be
it.
like Wreck-It
Okay.
Ralph and mash it down.
Leave no
Yeah.
trace.
Leave
Yeah.
no trace. That's
Yeah.
that's
Or
one of the
fill
most
in your
fun
giant
things.
hole. That
Fill
seems
in the
to be
giant
the
hole.
trend.
Absolutely.
Dude,
Right now.
yes,
my
literally.
gosh,
That's
all
right.
of the things, it's like you don't really think about it, and then once you're like, oh yes, like all of those things will help like nature and like all of them when it comes to that stuff.
That's right. And then the last one is clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
And if you see other debris, if somebody's lost a beach toy, if somebody has left some cans around or whatever, do your part, pick it up really quick, throw it out, and
Yeah.
that just leaves the whole environment cleaner for everybody.
All the things.
It's not that hard, people. Clean up after yourselves.
Pick up.
You should be doing that as a good adult. You should be doing that anyways.
Literally.
Right.
Be a good
So I've
citizen.
always, just my own curiosity. The babies look at the stars, and I've always wondered, do they time it with the moon, or is it just the stars are enough to guide them?
I don't know. I'm going to wing it on this one. Remember, I'm an entomologist.
Yeah.
but they are constantly laying eggs throughout this entire season. And so they're going to be going through multiple moon cycles throughout the nesting season. And so, they're really waiting for a particular temperature change. So sometimes you'll see an emergence during the daytime when it rains, and it will
Okay.
trigger that emergence, or we call it a boil, when all of the hatchlings come out at once and they'll go down
Whoa.
there.
Yeah.
So they're really waiting for, they're all developed, and then a particular condition like a temperature change, and that's what triggers them to come out. And then once they get to the surface, then they're looking for a signal of what direction to go.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's
So
really-
smart.
Yeah.
It's just like incredible when you really think about like the nitty gritty of like nature, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
It's just so Disney's Resort on the beach. Then do they have that rule where from a certain part of time they just have all the lights off on like the back side of the hotel?
Yeah,
I know
I'm-
a lot of hotels do that, like on the coast and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it actually. And again, this is one of those things where you got to find the win-win for people and wildlife.
Right.
And so there have been films developed that reduce the amount of light or change the color of light. Sea turtles can't really see certain colors like red. So if you go out to the beaches, oftentimes you'll see kind of amber colored lights, or you'll see a dome, so it's not shining upward. There's a lot of things we can do to modify the lights that work well for us that sea turtles are not affected by. And so, yeah, we try to have barriers up, like, sea grape walls, so the light doesn't get down to the beach, or we'll use amber-colored lights, or we'll use films on window screens to try to make it so that light doesn't get down to the beach, and it still plays the role that we need light for us.
Yeah, I love that. It's like you said, like humans still have to be humans, but we can do it in the same
Yeah,
way.
we gotta
for
be
everybody
humans,
else.
that's what we do,
I
right?
love that.
Those light rules also
Coexist.
apply to bugs and landscaping and all that stuff,
Oh,
right?
really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was actually at Torta Turtles last year. I saw the first firefly I've ever seen in Florida. I love fireflies.
There's not fireflies here?
I didn't know that
I've
either.
never seen
Well,
them
I've
in
never
real
seen them. I know
life.
they're
Yeah.
supposed to be, but I've never seen one. One flew right by me.
That's exciting. That's so exciting.
It was so exciting.
Yes.
Oh my
Couldn't believe it.
gosh. Yeah, I grew up in Michigan, and that was like so
They're
we would
everywhere.
all go
Everywhere.
like hang out with, or not hang out, but like we'd catch them and stuff. I've never realized that here.
Yeah,
I've yet to see
there
one.
ought to
I've
be,
seen them
but
once,
Yeah.
like deep in Gainesville.
Right.
years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All
Yeah.
the things. All right. Well, one more time before we go, just give us the details again one more time for Torta Turtles happening this weekend.
Absolutely. Torta Turtles, an amazing event. If you want to see sea turtles up close, see research in action,
Yeah.
if you go down to the beach right in front of Disney's Vero Beach Resort, you can park at a beach nearby and walk down the public beach. 7 a.m. is when we kick things off. Our goal is to showcase sea turtles and sea turtle conservation, and then release 2 turtles around 8 a.m. to go into the ocean and teach us about their migration.
Amazing. And
love it.
outside of nesting season, how can people support conservation as well,
Yes.
even outside of that time?
Yeah, so, the Disney Conservation Fund, we've been around for decades, since 1995. We've given out over $141 million towards conservation, towards
incredible.
half of the countries on the planet, over 1,000 species aiming to protect. So a lot of times what people need is just the money and the location
Right.
where they're already doing great work, and they need a little bit of boost
Yeah.
to be able to do that better. So that's what we do with the Disney Conservation Fund. You can go to tortaturtles.org. There's incredible organizations all over the planet that need some of that support. So that's one of the best things to do, and get in your own backyard and see what you can do. Plant a pollinator garden, clean up debris, be mindful of water, all of the little everyday practices. And then if it's far away, maybe they need a little bit of money to help them get where they need to be.
Conservation begins at home.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna go plant
Right.
a pollinator garden outside right now.
do it.
Back in '96. That's a great idea.
I have a confession to make, everybody. I used
Oh.
to have the Save the Sea Turtle license plate, but I just switched it for Go for Tortoises.
Ah!
So sorry.
Oh,
So
The
sorry.
audacity.
Ouch.
that hurt my feelings almost, but
I
the
like
Go for Tortoises. I
tortoises.
love Go for Tortoises too.
Okay,
They're
same-
I mean,
same
it
vein,
helps.
same
It's
vein.
all,
Yeah,
it's
they're
all
like little
supporting.
tanks.
you.
Yes.
the best. I love them.
Whatever supports our Earth,
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Best investment you can make.
Yes. So you said it was tortaturtles.org.
Tortaturtles.org.
More information,
Turtles?
if you want more information for this event this weekend, go to tortaturtles.org. Or if you guys want more insider things, Joey's Tortoise
Go for
Everyday
Tortoises,
Wild,
Everyday Wild,
because he
yeah.
just switched from a sea turtle license plate to a tortoise license plate. You can watch that at clickorlando.com. We have more unique things to do around Central Florida there, so clickorlando.com/insider. And I'm going to stop talking because now we have our social media channels.
Even though we had nothing to do with food this episode, that's okay. I know everyone's hungry around lunchtime. So if you need something for lunch, dinner, I've always had suggestions on my social media, Florida Foodie News 6, so go check it out.
Perfect. All right.
All I'm going to remember is lager,
Loggerhead. Loggerhead.
green.
All right, you guys.
We'll
We'll see you next
week.
week. Bye.